Tuesday, 20th of October, 1942. 4 days after her last entry. Dear Kitty, my hand still shakes, although it's 2 hours since we had the shock. I should explain that there are 5 fire extinguishers in the house. We knew that someone was coming to fill them, but no one had warned us when the carpenter, or whatever you call him, was coming. The result was that we weren't making any attempt to keep quiet until I heard hammering outside of the landing opposite our cupboard door. I thought of the carpenter at once and warned Elie, who was having a meal with us, that she shouldn't go downstairs. Daddy and I posted ourselves at the door so as to hear when the man left. After he'd been working for a quarter of an hour, he laid his hammer and tools down on top of the cupboard, as we thought, and knocked at our door. We turned absolutely white. Perhaps he had heard something after all and wanted to investigate our secret den. It seemed like it. The knocking, pulling, pushing, and wrenching went on. I nearly fainted at the thought that this utter stranger might discover our beautiful secret hiding place. They may, I don't know. And just as I thought was last hour was at hand, I heard Mr. Kupuya say, "Open the door, it's only me." We opened it immediately. The hook that holds the cupboard, which can be undone by people who know the secret, had got jammed, so that was why no one had been able to warn us about the carpenter. The man who had gone downstairs and Kupuas wanted to fetch Ellie, but couldn't open the cupboard again. It was a great relief to me, I can tell you. In my imagination, the man who I thought was trying to get in had been growing and growing in size, until in the end he appeared to be a giant and the greatest fascist that ever walked the earth. Well, luckily everything was okay this time. Meanwhile, we had great fun on Monday. Mike and Hank spent the night here. Margot and I went in Mummy and Daddy's room for the night so that the Von Sottens could have our room. The meal tasted divine. There was one small interruption. Daddy's lamp blew a fuse, and all of a sudden we were sitting in darkness. What was to be done? There was some fuse wire in the house, but the fuse box is right in the very back of the dark storeroom. Not such a nice job after dark. Still, the men ventured forth, and after 10 minutes we were able to put the candles away again. I got up early the next morning. Hank had to leave at 8:30. After a cozy breakfast, Mayip went downstairs. It was pouring, and she was glad not to have cycled to the office. Next week, Elia is coming to stay for a night. Yours, Anne.